Impact Life 24/7 with your host, CL King. The grand reopening, baby. Come on, get with us. Bryan Popin, y'all. How about it now, Greg? Yeah, that's right, brother. You can see your couch space. What's up, y'all? Music used by permission. We don't just pirate people's music and put on here, y'all. This is Bryan Popin, international gospel recording artist. And he gave us permission. Good job, Greg. Thank you, man. We wanted y'all to feel it tonight. We back, impacting life 24/7. Come on, share this with somebody. Let them know. Come on, where y'all at out there? Tag 10 people. Tell them to come on. We're going to share some good news with them. Come on, let's go. The grand reopening of Impacting Life 24/7. We in the house, y'all. Victor Taylor in the house from Vision Forward. Shout out to Victor Taylor, giving away TVs, food, book bags, clothes, supplies, everything. Victor Taylor, Vision Forward. What's up, brother? What you say? Man, that's a lot of moving parts tonight, Greg. Good evening, everybody. It's your host of Impact Life, CL King, coming to you live. That's right, 100% live. This is not Memorex from the high definition, new and improved studios here at Impactville. I am still sitting atop the roof, E. Plowden legacy chair. And to do this job, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to have a full tank of gas. And you can't be full of gas, but you got to have a full tank of gas. So blessings to everyone who has been a part of this Impacting Life journey with us for quite some time. We just passed our third season of broadcasting, our third season, full season. That means, listen, we've been through like 4 or 5 different iterations of improvement relative to space, relative to hosting, content, etc. And I think we started this back on September the 19th, 2019. And it was just as a kind of an afterthought. Let's start a podcast because it seems to be a space everybody is in. And then it just turned, it metamorphosized, ladies and gentlemen. It metamorphosized. It started out as a fledgling caterpillar, and now it is a butterfly. We're talking today about syndication. We're going somewhere, and we want you to get with us. So Greg, the VP in the house, always making things happen. Love and appreciate Victor Taylor. Listen, brother, we have wanted you on the show again, like 4 times in a row. I mean, I'm just going to have to just say, okay, are you free tonight, Victor? Because we send you the scheduler, brother. We want you back on because Victor talks about a very important topic. And it's very important, not just during one season or another, but it's 24/7, especially for men. And that is getting your prostate screening and getting checked. And Victor is at the leading edge of that, receiving recognition throughout the state and really taking a lead on this topic because if he had not gotten screened, Victor wouldn't be here. And so we're so we're so thankful for someone that is sounding the alarm that, hey, look, you need to be aware. You need to start getting those screenings. So Victor, we want to have you back on. If you need the link again, Greg will send it to you. all you have to do is just pick a date that's open and fill it out, and we'll have you on the calendar, brother. We'd love to have you back. Vision Forward, the chief ambassador there. He just got an offer to speak at Washington, D.C. Fantastic, Victor. And we will definitely support you. Let's get you on before you do that event so we can just have people backing you up. Man, I'm just telling you, it's all about supporting and connecting and collaborating with people that are trying to make an impact. You know what I'm saying? It's about people trying to make an impact. And Victor does that. I think Greg is on Victor's team as well. I tell you, Greg, y'all, when you find a good man, you found a good thing. And Greg is a great man, and he helps with the Vision Forward. Every now and then they let me come hang out with them too. They're based out of New Bern, North Carolina. And so y'all, look, I'm tickled to death, man. I'm tickled to death to be live back in the studio. And I want to show you guys, let me see if this will work. I think it will. I was testing out some new capabilities, y'all. And I'm just telling you, we are not just going to stay. Let me see here. I'm going to come on the screen. Watch this, y'all. This is going to be, y'all going to trip out on this one. Watch. I'm going to show you the new studio. Look at that. You see me up there. Look at that massive screen there. You see, I'm going to give you a little quick tour around the room. And then that's some of our lighting. And I'm going to put some stuff up over there. And then, of course, back here, we got all of the new space there. And we did this in a month, transformed this whole space here. And this is kind of where you see the magic happening. And there's a projector there that we're going to do some stuff in the back for y'all to be able to see over my shoulder. And this is the other side of the studio. Isn't that cool that y'all can see that on my screen, the second screen at the top there? I hope you were able to see that. I hope that worked for you. And really, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do here at Impacting Life 24/7 is make the most enhanced broadcasting experience you've ever been a part of. So we're circling back, believe it or not, to all of our, I don't know if they were able to see that or not. If I came on the screen, they may have been able to see that. Greg, did you see me do the pan around the room? I just want to make sure that it worked because I wasn't able to see it myself because I was doing it. I was panning. So Greg or somebody in the chat, let me know if you were able to see the second screen come up and me pan around the room. I might do that a couple times tonight. I just want to make sure that the software worked. So we are back Monday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night, and we are going to go full throttle. I think about E.T. and the way he does things. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. E.T., man, you know what? Some people say, when do you sleep, brother? When do you get your rest? E.T. is up at 3 a.m. So I went and looked. I went and looked and I said, okay, so let's see the kind of results that E.T. is getting, Greg. The brother's net worth is over $5-6 million, and he ain't stopping. Just put out a new book published with a company. And all we're waiting on our book, ladies and gentlemen, is for the slow snail government to give me my copyright. And we are going to print 7,000 copies of that. Our first goal, our first iteration of Who Ate My Brownie, I did an inquiry. I said, okay, how many books should we look to sell on the first wave? Some people said 1,000, other people said 5, someone said 50,000. And I said, man, we're going for 7. Okay. The number of perfection, 24/7, baby. Right. So our first wave of the book, we're going for 7,000. We're going to be selling this book from coast to coast. Not just local, not just within 100 counties, but every state in America. And it's going to be like a presidential campaign because there's a reason why. Not so that I can become famous or heap a bunch of money upon myself. No, what it really is about is there are millions. I think it's the last count I got was 56 million people that have experienced at least one traumatic event as a child. And a larger number or percentage of that have experienced at least 3 traumatic events. And when you talk about the traumatic events, what would they be? Sexual abuse, a death, physical abuse, malnutrition, starvation. And it's like, man, all of those things are in the first 4 chapters of my book. And so I want to be able to get this in the hands of adults who are suffering in silence. Some of them are sitting in your cubicles right now. Additionally, I want to help moms and dads who are struggling how to parent because of the struggles of their childhood. Listen, I'm not the best parent. Charity and I are still, as all of our kids are out the house, but Jeremiah, we're still trying to tweak ourselves. But one thing that we did not do is we did not repeat some of the atrocities that happened to me as a kid. And so, right, Greg, men suffer from this and they suffer in silence. They just, we got to be tough. We can't talk about it. Additionally, we want to reach foster parents and fostering agency, because I was a foster kid 3 times over. And so I want to speak to them about the power and the importance of their work. Do you know that North Carolina suffers from a shortage of man? I'm in the mode tonight. Y'all ain't got no notes, and it's gonna be full-blown service. North Carolina suffers from a shortage of foster families. Why? Just because, people aren't, the word isn't getting out, the funding isn't there, etc. So there are kids who've been removed from abusive situations in North Carolina. You can go find it. It's online. It's a true study. It was in the USA Today, that kids are being placed in psychiatric wards and psychiatric facilities that don't need to be there because we don't have enough beds. We don't have enough beds for group homes. We don't have enough foster parents in the queue. So we got to put them somewhere. So we're putting them in psychiatric facilities, which is a train wreck because there's all different subsequent abuses going on there. It's all in the story, y'all. I was blown away. So that's another reason why we're writing this book. This book is going to peel back the covers in society and let people know that no matter the adversity, you still can make it. I love it what E.T. says. He says, your story ain't nothing special. Your trouble ain't nothing special. What he's getting at is sometimes people get consumed by their story. Right? They get consumed by their troubles. They get consumed by their hurts and their woes. And then they just live there. They never go forward. If the economy, if the gas prices go up to $5 a gallon, oh my God, we got to stay home. I haven't stayed home one time because of the gas price. I just go fill it up when I need to. And the theory is that we can't let adversity stop us. So the book, Who Ate My Brownie, is really the culmination of one decision. I ate one brownie that I wasn't supposed to. That one decision set in motion a series of decisions and a series of interventions in my life that got me to where I am today. Am I perfect? Do I have a golden halo around my head? Absolutely not. I told a church just not too long ago, I said, listen, I struggle. I got issues every single day. When you're physically and sexually abused as a kid, and that goes on for multiple years by close family members, it is something that you carry with you. You just have to learn how to manage it. It's something that you struggle with. Sounds and triggers and noises and places. When you're beat or left out in the cold or abused, those things trigger you. So this book is going to get into the hands of social workers. It's going to get into the hands of principals. It's not necessarily going to be a kid's book. We're not going to sit around the fire and roast marshmallows and read this book, but it's going to be a raw exposition of the life of one kid in Cleveland, Ohio, that will show you that how one thing, if you just get to that one thing, then other things can take place. It doesn't matter the adversity. I got involved with one sweet lady, Ruth E. Plowden, my foster mom. She turned it all around for me. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Who fostered over 10 kids? I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome. I'm getting caught up. I apologize. And that's the goal. Okay. So once we finish 7, we're going to go to 14 and then 21 and then 50,000. I'm not thinking small with this. I'm not that I have an issue with the local community. Please, guys, you know the work that we do locally, but I'm recognizing that our calling and our mission and our mandate far exceeds the borders of our town, of our city, of our state, and probably even our nation, because this platform right here has crossed 32 countries just from sitting in these studios. And so Who Ate My Brownie? The only thing we're waiting on is the copyright to return. I won't print the book without the copyright, because that's got to go in it. It's got to go into the Library of Congress. You know, your book actually goes to the Library of Congress when you copyright it. So we're doing it all self-published. So I'm doing all of the work. I'm feeling the pain, you know what I mean? Because I'm like done, the book's edited, we're ready to print, and it's like, you got to process. And I've followed up because, you know, my background in logistics is about following up, right? So if you send me a UPS package, I want the tracking number, because I'm gonna follow it from Wichita, Kansas, all the way to Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm gonna follow that package, especially if it's something of value. Well, I followed up with them like 3 or 4 times. They send me the same automated response, and I'm like, man, maybe one day, because it takes 30 days to 3 months to get your copyright back, and we're just under a month that we sent that off. So just pray that we would get favor in that regard. When we get that thing back, then we're going to schedule a launch party. We're going to go live with our website to begin pre-sales, and we are just going to put the absolute Tasmanian hammer down. And as you guys know, if you've seen anything that I do, I'm not going to soft shoe this thing. I'm not just going to casually kind of roll it out. It's going to be, I'm not going to be in any other mode but that. And here's why. And then I'm going to move on to some other things that I want to tell you. Here's why. Yes, of course, Victor Taylor, you will get your copy, brother. Here's why. And greetings to the Esquire, Miss Yolanda Taylor, up there in you're in the Raleigh area, right? Doing some amazing things. I want to get you on the show too. So we'll just have to send you a link. I'm sending everybody a link that's ever been on this show. We've done almost 300 episodes. I'm sending them all a link to say, hey, you want to come back on the show? Just because we want to bless them, just because we want to get their word out again. We're all about that, man. That's really, I find the more we bless people, the more we get the blessings. Can the church say amen? And so thank you so much for your support through this. And what I want you to know is that it's not just this. Okay. So I'm going to take you through a couple things tonight, because I just got you for a few moments and I know how people's attention span is. Listen, we bought this new software called Doodly, right? It's called Doodly. And some of you may have seen some of our new commercials, our commercials for the gear training. It's all animated with the hand drawing and all that. And then an animation for my book, a commercial for that. But man, when I first started speaking, a 4-minute commercial was the sweet spot. You know what I mean? A 4-minute advertisement, man, you were doing something that'll hold people's attention. But now it's like 30 seconds to a minute. You go past them. I'm like trimming the videos to like, okay, I got to give you my life story in 1 minute. Because most people, what they do for videos is they look down at the bottom and they see how long the video is. Now tell me if you've done that before. If you see a video on somebody's page or you get a news clip or something, you're like, okay, how long is this gonna be? If you open that thing and it's 47 minutes and 19 seconds, you're like, that gets no play, right? And so the truth of the matter is that we have to streamline. We have to be mindful of that. The generations have changed. My co-host Mike and I were talking today, man, snail mail and putting stuff in the mail with envelopes and all that kind of stuff. Those days are over. And Kevin O'Leary off of Shark Tank just said in an interview that the workforce has changed. COVID expedited it, right? Like people don't want to go back into 40 people in a cubicle office. They don't want to do that no more. And they're finding jobs that will allow them to have a work-home balance and work from home and still be just, if not more productive. I'm going to do Danny and I did a show on that, man. That was good. And so, yes, you A Dot, my man A Dot. Good to see you, brother. We're gonna get you a copy of that book. So I want to show you guys some things that this whole Impacting Life train is really about. You know, Greg, Mike, and CL. This thing is just kind of taking on its own life, and so I want you to know why we want you to be a part of what's happening. Okay. I mean, we have people like Victor Taylor, a former alderman, probably going to be president of the United States soon. You know, we have people like him. We have people that have PhDs, MDs, that are colonels, generals in military service. We've had famous people, the great Will Kennedy. We've had bands and musicians. We've had philanthropists. We've had health consultants and coaches. We've had everything that impacts life on this show. And we've done it without any major sponsors, like, you know, Pepsi or Coca-Cola or something like that. We've done it with local people who care about what we're doing, not necessarily local to our area, but people who know us. And they've become sponsors of $1, $5, or $15 a month to help us. As you see, the renovations in the room and the equipment and all the stuff we have, it is not, we don't put out a cheap product. And so it's not cheap to produce. But we're asking for people to join with us in those capacities. If you want to become a sponsor, it's real simple. Go to clkingspeaker.com. Scroll down to the bottom where it says sponsor or something like that, and become a sponsor of what we're doing. Because when I tell you it's in its full capacity, you'll be blown away. All right. The first thing I'm going to tell you before I share my screen is our new jail outreach. Okay, it's not church. We are going there as Impacting Life 24/7. Greg, Chris, and Mike. CL. I call my name by my real name. Wow, I never hear that name. CL, Greg, and Mike. We entered into a relationship with the great Sheriff Chip Hughes there at Craven County Jail. And we said, listen, we want to provide something that maybe I've done the research. It's not done throughout jails throughout the country. It's not a mainstay in jail to have like a resident motivator, right? It's not a thing. They got church services that'll come in. They'll have GED services that'll come in, right? They'll have hope recovery and stuff like that. But have you had someone that will come and shake the residents, that will say something that reverberates through their jail cell? And so we had a great meeting with the sheriff there in Craven County, who is an awesome man of God, just awesome person in general. He cares about ending recidivism. He cares about reducing it. He told Greg and I, he's tired of the revolving door. You know, they go in, they come out, they go in and come out. I said, man, let's go in there and let's add a little bit of spice to this thing then, Sheriff. He said, absolutely. What do you want to do? We want to motivate them. That's what my specialty is. I'm the impact motivator. He said, okay, go. You got it. How much you want? How many times you want to come? We go twice a month. And we do, well, really it's once a month we go twice in 1 week, and we go to the male block and we go to the female block. And we have been there. This is our 4th month. We absorb all the cost, all the travel, all the preparation, my fees, our company's fees. We don't charge the county nothing, zero. And we're escalating it. Like we're staying longer, and we want to go into the harder parts of the jail. I believe that everybody should be able to hear that no matter the adversity, they still can make it. And we have taken surveys from the inmates, y'all. Listen to me. We've taken surveys from the inmates, and 100% of the residents said they want us to keep coming back. 100%. Sadie wants to be featured. My granddaughter's downstairs. You might have to bring her up here in a few minutes, Bryan. She's so sweet. You can bring her up if you want. I don't care. Sadie's got the run of the house. But 100% of the residents said we want Impacting Life 24/7. We want the impact motivator to come back. It was almost 97%. It was almost 97% that said they got something out of it, of our time there with them. 97%. It was like you got category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was 97% gave us a 5. 97% of all the people that we've spoken to for the last 4 months said they gave a 5. And then it was like another 2% that gave a 4, and a half percent gave a 3. So we did a 4 or 5 part question. We said, hey, look, are you getting anything out of this? Can you apply any of this to your life? Can you apply any of this content to your life? And do you want us to come back? Overwhelmingly, it was all 5s across the board. So here's what we're doing. We're knocking on the doors of other jails. Now we can't go all over the world for free, but I will tell you this: the places that we can get, the places that we can collaborate with, we're going to do. You know, and you're crazy, Greg. The beautiful thing about being in the studio is that they can communicate with me, and y'all don't know that they telling me stuff. But the reality is that that's an expanded version of what you're seeing here. So we don't just sit here in the high palatial studios and do nothing but try to sound educated and sophisticated. No. We put feet to this mission. There's just no way around it. And I'm going to show you a couple other things. Let me share my screen here real quick. Share screen. And I'm going to show you some other areas that we do. Not Bryan Popin, but we also care about, let me get here. We also care about fatherhood. We understand that fatherhood is the state of being a father. We understand that fatherhood is the state of being a father. You can see that on your screen, right? We need fathers to be fathers. Okay, we need them to be present. And we do an entire training series for fathers to understand what fatherhood means. Just because you bring a child into the world doesn't mean you know everything there is to know about fatherhood. When you look at that picture there, you see a cute, cuddly little tiger, a lion cub, and then the chief patriarch sitting next to him. But the ultimate goal of the patriarch is to help the young cub get to and surpass where the patriarch is. And we don't do enough teaching on that. You know what I'm saying? We're so hypersensitive that we can't call anything what it is. Fatherhood is a thing, y'all. It's an actual thing. And young men who have children young, or even older men who struggled with things in their life. I wish I had this training when I was learning how to be a parent. I was a parent at 18 years old. I had my first kid at 18. I didn't know anything about fatherhood, because the example that I had in terms of my dad was the guy tried to beat me and drown me in the tub. So that wasn't a good example. I had a couple foster dads, but really my foster mom was the guiding light for me. So I said, you know what, some of the things that I did as a dad, I'm going to put them in a training. I'm a 5 discipline life coach, and all of our staff is going to be certified through life coaching. And that's one of the other areas that we offer at Impacting Life 24/7. So, you know, if somebody, I did this training on an international day of calm. I partnered with Celia Kibler and her team, and we did an international day of calm, and I taught this across the country and around the world about the importance of fatherhood, the state of being a father. And that being part is important because that's present tense. You always need to be present as a father. You may not need to be in the room, but you need to be present in their life. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So that's one training that we do. Here's another one that we do that really I birthed some time ago, and this is called Gear. And we do these trainings virtually or in person. This is another part of Impacting Life 24/7. Do you know that people feel so stuck in life and they don't know what to do, so they just continue doing what they're doing? And if something is not in gear, you cannot get the full capacity of that mechanism or that item. Some people could be in the wrong gear at the wrong time, right? So in other words, when you go to the stop sign, if you put your, do kids even drive stick shifts anymore? But if you put your sticks, you put your gear in fifth, and you think you're going to go from 0 to 30, what's going to happen if you start out in fifth? Your car is going to stall, right? So we teach people how to get in gear. One of the things that we help them do is discover, what does G stand for? Their gift. The E is understanding and identifying the energy and endurance required to do it. A lot of people come to me and say, King, I want to be a speaker. I'm like, do you got energy and endurance? Because it's a slow process. It's one of the most rewarding career fields, but it's also the hardest to break into. Okay, you're gonna have to speak for a lot of chicken dinners. You're gonna have to bring the mail every single time. So that's why I do it. Whether I'm getting paid $7,000 or whether I'm getting paid 70 cents, I'm gonna bring it every single time. So you got to understand the energy and endurance. The A is activate. So sometimes people talk about it. I'm going to in the future, one day I'll make it happen, and they never do it. We teach people how to activate. And I especially like to teach this to middle schools and high schools, right? Because sometimes I go and I talk to middle school kids and high school kids, 9th and 10th grade. They don't have a clue what they want to do. Like, what's your plans? I don't know. Where you want to go? I have no clue. What you want to be in life? What do you love to do? I don't know, play videos. What do you love? But what's your passion? Because see, once we determine that gift, even if they don't consider it a gift, let's say they just have a passion. Let's turn that passion into a gift and make that gift get you the last one in gear, which is R, results. See, it's not, I teach young people this, that you're not going to get a participation trophy in life. You're not going to get ribbons and badges just because you showed up. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. You have to do the work. And you cannot be someone that is laden with excuses. You have to push. And so if you became a sponsor today, you'd be helping us go and, like, I go to the gate in Kinston and offer this training to them for free, right? Because it's a nonprofit. So I wouldn't go there and be like, hey, you got to pay me $7,000, my team and everybody else to show up. But my sponsors can help us offset some of the costs. Because they don't put love in gas tanks no more, y'all. They put petro in there, I guess. And then I want to show you another thing that Impacting Life 24/7 is. We have this training called Grind Mode. It's a leadership series, and we at GRIND we teach people. And I think I taught this. I haven't taught it at the jail, but I might teach it next time. We teach people about the grind. Do you see the grinding wheel on the screen? Grinding makes sparks, and sparks are a byproduct of the friction between the grinding wheel and the element below it. And what we're trying to get people to see is that you can talk that stuff about, I'm grinding. You can play E.T.'s music and say, Monday, I grind, Tuesday, but you can play that. That sounds good on TikTok. But when it really comes down to it, do you know what it takes to grind? So we broke it down into a 5-part series for leaders to help them understand what truly grinding means. Yes, we show them, man, the G stand. I'll give you the first one. The G means you have to be able to generate. See, we consume. Social media has taught us how to consume. It hasn't taught us how to generate anything. If we had half a brain, we would be generating what we consume. That cat on TikTok, he has not said one word on TikTok. You know, the brother out in Africa, wherever he's from, he goes like this, you know, he ain't said one word, and he's made multiplied millions off of people consuming what he doing. And so he generated an income off of people's consumption. Oh, so you got to learn how to generate. We teach you that, man. If you ain't got nothing generating, man, if like I'm gonna change the room around because I don't want it to be stagnant. I don't want to just get in the comfort zone. I don't want to just kind of wait for the check to come in. No, man, you got to be those that are $1 million mentalities, they generate. They're constantly generating. And when you see that grind wheel, it generates friction. So the G in grind is generate. Are you feeling it, brother? Huh? And so that's really what I wanted to share with y'all tonight, because I wanted you to see that Impact Life 24/7 we have a global mindset with a local approach. Like we're not too good for anybody to come on this show, right? But we want to reach everybody. I'll show you one other thing, okay, before we go. Just indulge me, y'all. I ain't been on the air in forever. Just indulge me. Just give me one more second. I'll show you a few other things. It'll be quick. Then we'll get you out of here. We'll have the ushers take up the offering in the back. Oh man, I'm teasing. I think I closed them out already. Yeah, I think I did. I was going to show you guys, because sometimes they say seeing is believing. I don't have the file. I was going to show you guys that of the countries that download the show, it is like an even swath of people consuming it. It's 32 countries. It's 46 states. It's 30 platforms. So Google, just try this. Hey Siri, watch this. I'll show you on the phone. Hey Siri, bring up Impacting Life 24/7. And I know Greg gonna really love this. Watch. Let's see if it'll work. Hey Siri. Oh yeah, okay. I'm doing it live and it won't work now because my Siri is funny. Hey Siri. See? Oh, let me close it. Hey Siri. You know what? I'm gonna take this cheapo phone and throw it in the river. Hey Siri. Press home to unlock. Well, I'm trying to do it. I wanted to show you that if you said, hey Siri, you can tell it to play Impact Life 24/7. I do it all the time, but my phone is acting crazy. Anyway, it's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Podbean, it's on Google, it's on Amazon. The show is downloaded and carried on 30 or 31 different platforms. Why do I say that? Is because it's not just what you see here. It's not just the Facebook Live. But when we upload this, it goes to that many other places that hear it around the world. And we've positioned ourselves, sorry, y'all, couldn't get Siri to work. We've positioned ourselves to leverage and constantly grow. So I am going to give you one last thing, and this is from a word from our sponsors. These are people who, like I said, they're people who've been on our show. They're folks who care about what we're doing. And in return, we make commercials for them. We're switching that to putting them on our website. So if you'd like to become a sponsor of Impacting Life 24/7, you see the work that we are doing. All you got to do is go to clkingspeaker.com. I think Greg already has it in there. I'm going to show you a word from our two sections of sponsors, and then we'll call it a night, okay? Our Impacting Life 24/7 sponsors are unique in that they help us to continue to impact one life, one day at a time. Our gold sponsors, Michelle Perry, she is the host of the Successful Diligence podcast and best-selling author of The Pebble in My Shoe. You can connect with Michelle and get a copy of her book at successfuldiligence.com. Paula Cousson has dedicated her life volunteering in community youth programs such as the Young Marines. Paula believes that the greatest asset each young person has is at least one caring adult in their life. Donald Lamb, he and his wife have been happily married for over 35 years. He is the proud father of one daughter and 3 sons. Donald honorably served his country for over 22 years in the United States Army and retired with distinction. Active in his community, Donald is the owner and operator of Mama's Boy Event Planning and Coordinating Services. Connect with Donald at facebook.com/Mama's Boy Events Coordinating. Amanda Aker, coming from a past of drug abuse, homelessness, and being a convicted felon, Amanda has broken through and was able to let the good things into her life. Amanda is now on a mission to inspire and motivate people just like you. Amanda's core message is that our past does not define us, and we are way stronger than we think. Connect with Amanda at facebook.com/Amanda.Aker2017. Our platinum sponsors, Mr. Gregory Smith. He is the author of 100 Simple Ways How to Manage a Property and Evidence Room. Get your copy by reaching out to Gregory Smith on Facebook or email him at smithg1963@yahoo.com. Adrienne Barker. She is the host of the Adrienne Barker Speaks podcast, a life coach and CEO of Professional Global Etiquette. Please connect with her at professionalglobaletiquette.com. Mr. Mike Black from New Bern, North Carolina. Mike helps men throughout Eastern Carolina lead a faith-filled life. He is a compassionate leader in his church and a devoted husband and father. Dr. Nate Dunlap Jr. He is the executive director of the PRF Institute. He's the author of What's Next? Preparing for Eternity and Don't Leave Me Like This, Inspiration to Leave a Legacy. As a 501c3 organization, the PRF Institute is blessed to be the premier stewardship-based teaching ministry that truly responds to the needs of others in the community. Contact him at prfinstitute.org. If you would like to become a sponsor of Impacting Life 24/7, it's very simple. Just visit clkingspeaker.com. That's right. Visit clkingspeaker.com. And I'm just going to do the other one with our other sponsors who help us out. And we got a growing number of sponsors, so we had to do kind of two commercials. And so here is the second, and that will close us out for tonight. Thank you guys for indulging our return. This is what we do. Well, if you know someone that has an amazing story of impact, reach out to myself, Greg, or Mike, and we'll bring them on. We've had a lot of local people, we've had a lot of international people, and we just want to be a blessing. We want this to be a cathedral of resources. And when you come to Impacting Life 24/7, it's like you can get something out of it. Okay, God bless you guys. Our Impacting Life 24/7 sponsors have helped us go where no podcast has gone before. Platinum sponsors. Poet Katrina McCain is the author of Because She Decided to Love. This book is a collection of poetry and prose about love and its important impact on every relationship. This raw and uncut poetry book addresses the themes of how we experience love through loss, hurt, pain, grief, and passion. Connect with her and get your copy of this book at PaulKatrinaMcCain.com. Donald Skip Mondragon, MD, is a 26-year Army veteran, National Veterans Wrestling Champion, and speaker. He is the author of Wrestling Depression is Not for Wimps. Lessons learned from an amateur wrestler's fight to triumph over depression. Contact him at wrestlingisnotforwimps.com. The Underdog Ninja Foundation. This was founded in 2020 by Javi and Jessica Madrigal, a husband and wife team that have been battling and overcoming heart disease for over 18 years. Their personal story and experiences have led them to follow their calling of empowering, educating, and supporting those fighting heart disease. Contact this amazing team at underdogninja.com. Belinda Tyson Linder. She has spent decades investing in people from all different walks of life. She has led inner city programs for disadvantaged youth, as well as been a mentor to young adults, married couples, and individuals facing adversity. Belinda and her husband have built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses and have trained leaders on having tenacity and character in business. Ultimately, Belinda cares about people and shows the love of God to everyone she encounters. Bettina Carey. Bettina Carey is the diminutive 4'9.5" Latina, she inspires and empowers women to create big results. They break through. No, they shatter their earnings glass ceilings. They kick self-imposed limitations to the curb and live their legacies now. Whether she's coaching from a live or virtual stage or conferring with a small cohort of bold women and men on the rise at a conference table, her championship strategies say you can win today. Contact her at weempoweryourlife.com. If you would like to become a sponsor of Impacting Life 24/7, reach out to clkingspeaker.com. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Usually the show's supposed to be 30 minutes, but hey, we just came back, so Greg will dock my pay. I love you. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for all who have participated. Again, if you want to help us on this mission, just go to clkingspeaker.com, scroll down to the bottom, and you could donate, or you can become a sponsor, and we'll, in return for your sponsorship, we'll promote what you do. All right? Thank you. Have a great night.